Hi, my name is Isaiah Ceja, and I want to be talking about why physical activity is important for our school system, specifically from K to 12. Believe in particular that the age that is most important to be focusing on are specifically the early ages. For example, around elementary school time, so anywhere from K to sixth grade, K to eighth grade, whatever that kind of lies on. I know it's also important to kind of focus on the older kids as well, such as the kids that are currently in high school or going into high school. But I feel like it's important to install these healthy habits into younger ages or younger kids that are kind of gaining information around them and are still learning from their parents, their teachers, and other peers around them. Especially as technology kind of develops a little bit more, I personally, as a tutor, have noticed that a lot of kids nowadays have they kind of they glorify that sedentary lifestyle a little bit too much, to the point where they would much rather stay at home or indoors, sitting down, playing on a laptop, talking to their friends. And it's good that it gives kids a chance to socialize who wouldn't normally be social. But I feel like if we kind of give them a different option, a healthier option, where they're allowed to kind of exercise and kind of get rid of these habits, not entirely, but to the point where it could benefit them in the long run, is very, very important. Because, like I said, they're still learning. So if we give them, if we give them healthier lifestyles and choices, then they could, in the long run, live healthier lifestyles as well. They could still probably, be on their laptops and stuff like that, or, play video games or whatever. But the important part here is that there is some initiative to help these kids learn that it's not all just about sitting down. Um, in chapter two, there was a short excerpt about how students, or especially younger students, their lifestyle isn't directly derived from their parents when they grow up, but it is somewhat influenced by them. So I feel like this is important because if parents have a very sedentary lifestyle, then that's gonna kind of influence their kids to have the same sort of lifestyle. It's not the case for every student, but it is a big factor in that kind of process. Um, I think we should implement this more by kind of having some form of a physical activity for at least an hour or so, for the kids especially, um, because they spend most of their time indoors. They could play outside, of course. They do their own little thing when they're in the playground, but I feel like if you give them this opportunity to um, join these extracurricular activities, such as like basketball or soccer, or something like that, that'll kind of like get them up and moving, and at the same time kind of being a part of the curriculum. Because I feel like some parents, they don't want their kids to do this type of stuff because they feel like it's dangerous, or because it might cost money or something like that, or because of their financial situation as well. So I feel like if we give them the free option of just doing this on the side, something that they don't necessarily have to do, but it's heavily encouraged to do, could kind of like help push the parents into accepting these ideas. Because I know from the video, uh, that a lot of parents didn't really like what was going on in the high school, which, if I'm being honest, makes a lot of sense. The training seemed very rigorous, and it was more militaristic training more than anything, kind of preparing them for war, which I could see being a little bit scary towards parents. But if it's given as an option rather than, something that they have to do, I feel like that would be really, really good. Um, There's going to be some kids that aren't going to want to join it, aren't going to want to do it. But I feel like if you slowly start implementing it little by little, um, people will join and people will want to be a part of it, especially if you introduce it to younger kids rather than older kids who already have this kind of mindset. But again, it's not too late for them to join. There's always more that they could do. Um, Personally, I don't think that this will affect overall academic scores. Um, but there are a lot of cases where, especially in high school, as kids grow up, they find less and less time to do homework, especially if they join a sport that takes up most of their time after school. They find that they're tired or they don't really want to do their homework and they end up just falling behind little by little. Not It's not the case for everyone, but I could definitely see that being the case for a lot of people. But I feel like if it's something where it's in school and not something after school, I feel like it wouldn't really affect the academic scores of a lot of students, especially if it's something that they get to do in the middle of the day, um, like in the middle of their classes or something like that. Like, I know personally I would have benefited if I had an opportunity to do something in my lunchtime rather than just, sit down and eat for high school, especially. Because I know as, we get older, um, physical activity isn't really pushed on us aside from just PE. So it would be nice to see um, more programs to kind of slowly input that in. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the matter. Thank you guys so much for listening, and have a great day.